The OPPO A7. It's got a gorgeous back, a whopping 16 megapixel selfie camera and the dewdrop notch up front. We have it here today, so let's unbox it and take a quick look. Hey guys, Ash here from C4E Tech and let's get started. If you do end up liking this video, please don't forget to turn on notifications by clicking that bell icon. And if you've not checked out our current giveaways, here's a card to it. So this is the box that the OPPO A7 comes in. Got some branding to the top and the sides, pretty regular stuff. Opening it up, we have this cardboard box that holds the SIM ejector pin inside it. We also have some paperwork and a soft case. Putting those aside for a moment, let's check the A7 out. Taking the protective plastic off and oh, look at that gorgeous back. Pretty, isn't it? Let's now put the case on it. Fits nice and snug, should protect you from minor dings and scratches, like I'd say with every phone these days that come with a case. I mean, that is basically what these cases do, right? They add a little bit of grip as well. So that's pretty much it. Anyway, let's set it aside for the moment. Digging further in, we have the micro USB cable. No Type-C, that's weird. And then the last item in the box is the 10-watt charger, 5 volts, 2 amps. Now coming back to the A7, I'm really liking the sort of pattern look that OPPO has gone with here. It catches the light really nicely, and if you look closely, you can see those lines running down the entire back of the OPPO A7. Everyone these days are doing glossy backs, so this sort of textured pattern to it adds a pinch of uniqueness to the mix. Gotta say I love it. Of course, being glossy means that it is quite slippery and a total fingerprint magnet, so that included case should come in handy. Enough about the back though. Let's now turn the A7 around. Up front, you have the 6.2-inch screen with the dewdrop notch that holds the 16 megapixel selfie shooter and the sensors. The in-call speaker grill is the tiny slit up top, and the bezels all around are pretty slim. Overall, the design of the A7 looks really good, and despite what the notch haters out there might say, it is very 2018. Coming back to the display itself, it's colorful and vibrant and gets pretty bright. OPPO has even used a low voltage backlight in here, which they claim reduces the phone's temperature by half a degree Celsius. The only bummer here though is the resolution. It is a HD Plus panel, and while that's fine for day-to-day usage, I did expect at least Full HD Plus here. Now, one benefit of having a lower resolution screen is the fact that there are significantly lesser pixels for the processor inside to push. That's a good sign because we have the Snapdragon 450 in here, 8 Cortex A53 cores clocked in at 1.8 GHz. We've seen this chip before in the likes of the Redmi 5, and while it is no slouch when it comes to day-to-day tasks, it does kind of feel underpowered when compared to the likes of the Snapdragon 636 that we are generally seeing in this price bracket. We have the Adreno 506 handling GPU duties, and surprisingly enough, it managed to play PUBG without too many hiccups. On the memory front, we've got 4 gigs of RAM as well as 64 gigs of internal storage. And if you feel like that's not enough, you have the added expandability via the micro SD card slot. Yep, the A7 has a dual SIM plus dedicated micro SD card slot that sits right above the volume up and down buttons to the left side of the phone. Since we are talking placements, let me show you around the rest of the device as well. You have the speaker, micro USB port, primary microphone, and the headphone jack to the bottom. The right houses the power button while the top is left clean. Wrapping up the hardware part, we have the battery. OPPO has managed to squeeze in an absolutely massive 40 to 30 mAh battery into this 8.1mm thin device. The combination of a lower resolution screen and a processor that absolutely sips power, it's kinda interesting. I'm expecting the A7 to provide some stellar battery life. So onto the software then, we have ColorOS 5.2 running the show on top of Android 8.1 Oreo. Now, despite being filled to the brim with features, ColorOS remains really good at managing resources, and in the little time we spent with it, the A7 felt fast and fluid. Whether it was scrolling through Twitter or jumping in and out of apps, even the fingerprint scanner to the back felt fast and responsive, and so did the face unlock. Of course, most of you guys are pretty familiar with ColorOS and its extensive feature set, so I'm not going to waste your time going through all of them. The important ones like game space, screen of gestures, and smart sidebar are all present and accounted for. Now moving on to the cameras, we have a 13 megapixel primary rear camera that is paired with a 2 megapixel depth sensing unit. The pictures taken by it look quite decent, good dynamic range, great colors, and the detail levels aren't too shabby either. The 16 megapixel selfie shooter also managed to get some good looking shots. Of course, you have an AI beauty mode for the selfie shooter and a portrait mode as well. Here are some more sample shots taken by the A7. Tell us what you guys think of them in the comments down below. So let's now talk price. While we don't have any official confirmation yet from OPPO, as of shooting this video, it seems like the A7 might be priced around 16,000 rupees. Now, if this entire video feels like, I've seen all this before, it's because the A7 is very similar to the Realme 2. The major differences being the Waterdrop notch and the 16 megapixel selfie camera. Now, this phone is a little different from the Realme 2. It is aimed at the offline market. Here's where the Samsung J's and the Moto G's rule supreme. So let me know what you think about this pricing in the comments below for the offline market. And I guess that's it for this unboxing and quick look. It is time I bid you adieu. Please share this video with friends and family if you can. Thumbs up, thumbs down based on what you feel. Also subscribe and turn on notifications by clicking that bell icon so that you don't miss out on any of my daily content. Thanks a lot for watching. Till next time, my name's Ash. You've been watching C4 Retech and I'm signing off for now. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.